Welcome everybody to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today I'm going to talk about an email I just got from a client, and it's about how we suffer in our lives and what we typically end up doing trying to rectify this. And we typically end up trying to rectify it in the three-dimensional world. I know that seems a bit paradoxical, but it's really trying to manifest from your three-dimensional self in your imagination is not actually being I am awareness in your imagination. What is I am awareness then? You. You are I am awareness. You are awareness. You are literally being aware of everything right now. If you don't understand that, you can't actually go any further in this. You need to understand that first. That's why they say find the kingdom first. Jesus said, my father's house has many mansions. That means your father's house is infinite. Your father's house has infinite lives for you to live in. What's your father's house? Who is your father? Your father is the great awareness. And if you look around, every single thing that you can see is consciousness. It is consciousness manifested as something. In my handy pen here. Consciousness is manifested as this pen. Consciousness is manifested as my glasses. Consciousness is manifested as this screen. Consciousness is manifested as my physical body. So everything that I can see or hear or taste or touch or smell is consciousness experiencing consciousness. I'm touching the pen. I'm conscious of touching the pen. That pen, by touching, and the senses of touching, and my hand and the feeling of touching, is all consciousness experiencing itself. Because this is consciousness, I am consciousness, I'm experiencing myself, right? I am aware that I am holding a pen. I'm aware that I am feeling my body. I am aware that I am aware of all this. That's what you are. That's the reality of who you are. Awareness. You are awareness itself. I can only direct you to know that you are awareness. You need to actually go and sit in your own awareness and realize you are awareness, right? If you imagine something and you remove your body from said imagination, you will realize you are just aware of a screen, and that screen is manifesting or changing according to what you are consciously calling forth, or being aware of rather, right? Or being, because what you are seeing in your imagination is what you are being. You are reality. You are reality. Like, you are literally reality. What you are being is what reality is being. What you are being is what reality is appearing as. In your imagination, when you say, I am holding a pen in my imagination, I, as reality, have called forth the image where Reese is holding a pen in this room as reality, because I am reality. That's what you are in your life, in your awareness. You are reality itself. You are reality itself. The reality we refer to as I am, because no matter what, it is never stuck or attached or detached from any experience that it calls forth, that you call forth, because you are that the reality, you are the awareness, you are awareness itself. You are awareness. I'm gonna really hammer this home today. You are awareness, you are I am. We call it I am because it itself is nothingness. Not nothing, not no thing, but it is no thing in particular. But it is everything, because it can become everything. It has the potential to become all things. Because no matter what you imagine, it's there. So you as reality called it forth and became it. You literally become it. You literally become it. You need to really expand and drop whatever non-belief you have about this and just play with it a bit. You are awareness. You are reality. You are God. You are source. All of it. You are the vortex that Abraham Hicks talks about. You are the vertical that Tom talks about. You are whatever word people refer to, the universe that I think Eckhart Tolle talks about, right? You are All of it. You cannot not be something. But you are I am. Now what's the great I am? What's your father? Your father is awareness. You see, when you have awareness, you are only aware of yourself, right? Your physical self, but you're also aware that everything you're calling is you. The great I am awareness, you are one with it, is everything simultaneously in all of time, backward and forward, and all reality, back side to side, whatever you want to say, however you want to say this, all superimposed right now and here within your awareness. You are just not aware of it. But that great awareness, God, all that is literally aware of every point all the time. And all those points are separate from each other, but they're not separated from each other. They're all connected, but they all don't have anything to do with each other unless you string them together. And how do you string them together? By imagining a certain idea, your great awareness that you're one with strings together those realities, those frames of reality, as from right now till then, from when, and changes your entire life right now. Say it again. When you imagine something, your end typically, you are imagining a story. Your higher self strings together an entire life from 0 to however old, and you start living that life as that identity right now. There's no objective reality going forward, there's no objective reality going back, there's nothing. When you decide I am that identity, no matter what it looks like, it is those frames of reality in a story being strung together, already being strung together, and you are living out that life as a 3D being. You are basically choosing a movie in your mind that you want to live, and you immediately start living. There's no gap. There's no separation. There's no waiting for something to stop and then that starts. It's starting. Part of that starting is something else winding out, if you want to say it that way, right? But it starts now. That's what I am awareness is. So, when you have these suffering situations, conditions that are quite difficult for you to emotionally handle, you must understand something. That version of you continues, doesn't stop, can't change it. You can't jump out of that 3D world, right? As that 3D identity. That 3D identity is going to continuously suffer. Because it just exists in those frames. It doesn't exist outside of the frame of that reality. The frame of you suffering and the frame of you laughing exists simultaneously together. That's it. You can't change those two things. Okay? It's complete acceptance where you are the source of those two things. Now, what it is you want? You don't really want to suffer. Why would you want to suffer? It doesn't feel good. You want to feel good. But your suffering comes from lack of awareness. Lack of awareness of what? Lack of awareness that you are awareness. I know that sounds cyclical, but it really is that. And if I ask you, who are you? And you don't say I am, you don't have awareness. You don't have the awareness of being awareness. You really need to be awareness. And if I ask you who you are and you're just saying I am because you think you I am, or because you heard me say I am, that's not awareness. You need to know that you are awareness. You need to embody the fact that you are awareness. You need to embody that you are source of everything. All the things that move and be and whatever. You are the awareness of it. Whether you can physically see it or not, you are awareness. So, what do we do? What do we typically do? We typically try to brute force imagination. We try to make it happen. We assume that we are in one reality and we try to jump out somewhere else. No, you're never in the same reality. Every single moment reality is different. Everything in reality is changing. It might be getting worse in your perception, but that's still change. It's always changing, but what is it changing into? You keep saying it's getting worse, it's getting worse, it's getting worse, it's getting worse. You can't do anything else, it's getting worse, it's getting worse. And I understand you can't just say it's getting better when you really think it's getting worse. I completely understand that. You can't just say it's getting worse. You can't just think that it's getting better when you think it's getting worse. You can't just say it's getting better when you think it's getting worse. So what do? It's really just accept it as one quantum possibility. That's all, and go into your awareness and give it up. Just give up. Give up. Just give it up. Give up trying to manifest a better life. Stop trying to manifest a better life and accept that you have all lives. Don't try to manifest it. Don't try to manifest your dream life. There's nothing happening. Just say, you know what? Whatever's happening as those appearances is happening as those appearances. I can't change them. I'm spending a lot of time trying to change them. Right? I'm spending a lot of time trying to jump out of my life when I can't. I'm spending a lot of time believing that there's something else better out there when I can't see it and I'm trying to look for it. You can't find it, you can't look for it, you can't find evidence of it, you can't jump out of this life, you can't do all of that. So stop doing it. I know there's a lot of can'ts when I say you can do anything, but you can't change reality. That's what it comes down to. You can't change your reality. You can't change it. You can't change it. You can't change it. I don't know how many more times I'm going to say this. You can't change reality. There is no one in reality that can change it for you. There is no one in reality that can give you opportunities. There is no one in reality that can be an authority figure to you. You are reality. You are not this physical being. I don't care who you answer to. I don't care if you pay taxes. I don't care if you answer to your parents. I don't care if you answer to your significant other. I don't care. I don't care if you're 5 years old, if you're 50. You are God in your awareness, as reality. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You are specifically God. And you're saying, no, people in my life, they answer to me. You are also God. You're just making that assumption. You say, no, but I have parents. That's fine. You're following the script, having parents and all this stuff. I also have parents, right? That's fine. You still follow the script. I'm not saying don't follow the script. You still follow your life as it unfolds, but in your awareness, no, you are God. Whether you're 5 or 50, you are God. Right? Whether people are shouting at you or not, you are God. But that it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't feel good, but it doesn't matter. Right? So when you keep trying to manifest, when you keep saying, no, I am manifesting, you're trying to knock a nail with a hammer by repeating this phrase, I am using the law. No, you're not using the law. You are reality. The law is just a statement of what is. By that I mean, what you contemplate, you become. That's what the law is stating. But the law is referring to what is metaphysically happening as you. The law is just words metaphysically explaining what is happening as you. Not to you, as you. So when you contemplate a reality, you are in that reality. And as that reality. You are that reality. That's what the law is referring to. It's not something you have to use. No, if I focus on this, yeah, I'll get that. No. If I focus on that, I am that. If I focus on this reality, this idea, I am it. I am it. That's all. There's no I am manifesting it. It's created. That I am in Barbados is not I am going to Barbados. I am on a ship to Barbados. I am manifesting going to Barbados. No. I am awareness. I exist everywhere as everyone all at once. I exist as all of us already. I exist in that dream life already. It all exists right now. There is no objective reality forward. There is no objective reality back. There's only what I say it is right now. I am in my dream life. I am in my dream life. I'm not trying to manifest that. I'm not going to suffer trying to manifest that. I'm not going to believe in my three-dimensional reality telling my story, saying people are shouting at me, or I can't get anywhere, or I'm suffering, or people in my life are suffering. None of that matters. It's your life. I know you love people in your life. So do I. But no matter how much they are suffering or not suffering, no matter how happy they are or not happy they are, no matter what they manifest or don't manifest, it doesn't matter. Who are you? There's infinite versions of them. There's an infinite versions of you for you to pick from. Who are you? I am Source. I am the Creator. I am God. Everyone in my life comes out of me from my own assumption. My assumption is that I am God. My assumption is that I am choosing my dream life to experience the abundance of who I am, the avalanche of love that I am. regardless of what it looks like. I am that. Regardless of what I feel like, I am that. Regardless of what I say, I am that. Regardless of what I'm doing, or what anyone else is doing, or what everyone else is saying, I am that. Regardless of anything in my reality, regardless of what the government's doing, I am that. Regardless of what test marks are, I am that. Regardless of what anything is, I am that. Regardless of what my social life looks like, I am that. Regardless of what my love life looks like, I am that. I am that which I have always imagined myself to be right now. It exists, and I'm going to surrender it to my higher self absolutely, completely. It doesn't matter what country I live in where it seems hard. It doesn't matter what's going on. God is above all those things, and I am God. So I am above all those things. All those things exist within me. That's it. That's literally it. So when you keep saying it gets more and more toxic, when you keep saying it gets harder, when you keep saying you're suffering more, when you keep saying things are getting worse, it's because you are identifying with this moment as your only reality. It's one story that you are repeating over and over, if you over and over and over again. If you sit in your awareness, be still and know that I am God. Be still, know that all things exist. Be still and know I have a preference. I'm going to be that preference anyway. I'm going to be love anyway. I'm going to be wonderful anyway. I'm going to rewrite my reality start to finish right now. I'm going to imagine myself as I would like things to be, and assume that no matter what it looks like, even if I don't prefer what it looks like, it's one story. But if I'm seeing what it looks like, and it looks like this, and it just is an appearance of reality, it must be still unfolding perfectly regardless of what it looks like. I don't need it to look the way I think it needs to look for it to be what I would desire it to be. I don't need it to look the way I would prefer it to look for it to be unfolding perfectly for what I desire it to be. I do not need 3D reality to look a certain way, to assume that because I have imagined it a certain way, because I choose to be a certain version of myself, I'm going to assume, regardless of what it looks like, that it is unfolding perfectly for me. Because I am source, and I'm staying in that persistence of being source, because it is actually my preference. It doesn't matter what my parents are doing. It doesn't matter what my siblings are doing. It doesn't matter what my specific person is doing. It doesn't matter what the job is doing. It doesn't matter how much money I have. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I'm God. It's all within me. And I give it up completely to my higher self. Completely. Do nothing. Stop manifesting. Stop trying to manifest the dream life. All you are saying is you are not in your dream life. You are. That's it. I am your host, Reese. This is Rewrite Your Reality. Much love, truly. Much gratitude, truly. Thank you for the questions. And for the people who reached out, I'm going to converse with you again through email, but I just want to make the video first. And thank you for the liking, the subscribing, the questions, the joining of my Facebook group if you joined and came from there, or if you came from here to there, whichever one. If you have questions, if you have stories you want to share, things like that, please reach out. I love it. And we can get into more of it. So, thank you for that. I'll see you on the next one.